It's Monday morning. We're in the yard.
Well, not quite, Daniel. We're not quite in the yard. But we are in the beginning of a recreation of it. Those of you who don't know, this is Ashville Yard. And I'm a massive fan of Ashville. And came across Daniel and Ashville when he did a race. A train versus a truck. And he drove across London, I believe it was, and the train, I can't remember who even won, but ultimately the train won because the train carries so much more than what the truck could. But that's how I first come across the channel, and then I was like, that's cool, I'll keep an eye on it, but not really pay too much attention. And then I saw that he brought a diesel multiple unit, and I was like, you know what, let's subscribe because I want to see what happens. And then I got hooked on Asheville Weekly. And through that, I have become very mentally invested in this place. So, well, let's run the intro, shall we? And I'll show you how I built it. Hello and welcome everyone. So yeah, we have got Asheville Yard to go take a look at. But before we do that, I thought I'd pop over to Immingham because I have been doing a bunch of work here off screen and kind of felt bad in a way for doing this. But you know what? It was necessary. Long Beach Oil Refinery? I don't think so. Let's rename that. Lindsay Oil Refinery. Much better. So, yeah, I've done a bit of work. I've set up vehicles, and because the time has moved forward, we've got traction engines that are working instead of horse-drawn. We've got the traction engines, and you can see there is a rail line coming through here. And it's just scooch down here, get rid of that bush if I can. You know what? There we go. Bush gone. Yeah, got our rail line, crosses over the road and heads into our dock area. And what a lot of work went into this for not a lot to show for it. So the railway line does curve around, goes in dual track, and eventually this will form a large balloon loop and it will head out to the faraway world, I guess. We do have products being made, but of course we're not shipping fuel or the plastic out yet. Now what I was trying to do was get these to line up. No matter what I did, I could not get this to line up, and I got so frustrated. I think I'm going to come through and put a concrete bed in under here eventually. But yeah, we have Immingham Port, and it's large. It's very large, but it's what we need. We've got a nice wide road through here. Gonna loop it up to the rest of Immingham. But that's where we're at with that. Anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna jump in the time lapse, and we're going to start producing our Ashville yard. So, Ashville Yard. Found lovely little time lapse. Let's go take a look at what we've ended up with. Now, it's important to note it is by no means finished, and I have accidentally deleted a piece of concrete out of there. But we can pop in and replace that, no problem, he says. Where I can spell, guys. Oh, what's this? Ooh. I think it's this one I need. Right. Long. No. You. Long. Yes. Rotate that. Bring it in. Okay. Rotate that round. Okay, let's try then. Might be this. It's going to be awkward now, isn't it? I want to get this in. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, if only I'd known that earlier. Oh, well. We've got our concrete in. So, as you can see, the yard is very bare. And still got a bit of fencing to complete over here. I believe actually the fencing should go this side. Some different texture over here. This yard I've not done much with at all. It's the next door's yard, so apart from one random Land Rover, not had a whole lot of work. We've got a file though. I need to work out how to cover the road texture. That I know there is a way, but can't figure it out just yet. But what we have here is there is a depot, so we're going to be able to have trucks rumbling in here and heading in and out. So I'm really looking forward to that. Need to probably make this a wider track. What we want is our vehicles to go up through there and then back via here. There is some work to be done here as well. Please don't judge too harshly. In fact, don't judge at all. What we're going to do is go for the number 2. Let's line this up correctly. Like so. What I want is 2. Right. There we go, much better. Still not 100% accurate to what should be there, and suspend disbelief over that bit there. But for the most part, kind of getting the feeling of what it should be like. This shed should be a scaffolding and 40-foot container shed. Cannot for the life of me get that fixed right now, but I will do. You may have seen in the time lapse, I put a whole heap of fencing in here and then had to delete it all because I finally found palisade fencing with one of the station assets, and then I accidentally deleted the gate and I haven't gone and found the gate again. Started using these cattle base plates for the boarding that should be here, a bright yellow. I'm not really happy with it, so when I accidentally deleted down this side, I've left it. Rather not have anything. Yeah, as you can see, we need some more detailing done up on here. We need more hills, but I've just really wanted to recreate this place in some form. Let me know your thoughts of it. Do you know the real thing? Are you familiar with it? If not, there will be a link down in the description to the Ashville channel. You can go out and check it out for yourself and see how badly I've done. Or maybe how not so bad I've done. There is a station here, which we are going to rename now. There we go. And just so there is, we bring up out do that. Yeah. So I can click on here and name this Ashville. What we're going to be able to do is have trucks come in, have that going in, and also one thing I haven't done yet, I'm going to scroll all the way down to our mini industries. Now, we don't have aggregates as such, but what we do have is some stone. And I reckon we can get away with going like that. And that is going to count as stone production. Now, as for the town around it, there is no town around it. We are going to have to create a town though. Closest one is Long Beach, which is why it's giving all the places Long Beach names. The idea is we are going to have the railway line that runs all the way out along the coast and joins in with Immingham. And probably put a yard here, I think, which can then go down and serve Long Beach. Yeah, we're going to need industry, but I don't want Long Beach to be one of the main routes on the line. So, as you can see here, we have dual track main. If I go like this, just smoothing that off, like so. Yeah, all your passenger trains and passing freight can go through there. We are going to have a fuel train that runs past here, though. Because Ashville gets a fuel train passing the real thing, which heads down to Heathrow Airport, which is further down the line in real life. So we're going to kind of have that. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. As I say, the area is nowhere near finished, but kind of happy with where we're at so far. Let me know your thoughts. Good, bad, indifferent. What would you have done differently? Would you have even took on this building personally? Really curious to know what you guys think. And also, if you made it this far in the video, thank you ever so much. It really does help with the algorithm if you guys are watching the videos. Don't care about likes all that much. Subscribers are good, but they're not essential. If I'm going to grow, I need viewership. Anyway, with that said, guys, I'm going to call it here. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.